good friends. He asked me to participate tonight. He didn't ask me to sing, not sure why, but he asked me to do a stand-up set, which is so sweet. Only issue is, I don't do stand-up. Never claimed, thanks, I hear Braxton somewhere in there. Never claimed to do stand-up, I don't say I do stand-up, it's not part of my repertoire, so when I asked Jake for some more guidance, I was like, I need a little direction. He got very frustrated with me, and he said, Sass, you've known about this for a month. I'm gonna need you to tell some Hillary Clinton jokes, do a lot of this with the mic. So here goes nothing. Jake and I met 12 years ago, I realized right about now, 12 years ago to like this day at the University of Michigan at a Theta Chi and Kappa Alpha Theta Pimps and Hoes party. I was the hoe and Jake was the pimp. And he actually hit on me that night because I was just his taste. I was short, I was petite at the time, I was brunette, and I was a woman. So that's right, Jake was straight back in college. I can't say that with a straight face, but it is true. And that's where we met. And I don't know if everyone knows what the Batteries Down is. I figure that's why you're here. If not, it's kind of a weird event to come to, but there's a lot of weird people in New York. The Batteries Down was a musical web series, the first of its kind. It was before Smash, before Glee, and it followed a young Jake Wilson trying to make it as, I'm sorry Jake, I should do more crossing work, there's a lot of mics, so I can't do that. A young Jake Wilson trying to make it in New York, and each week there was brand new music by Pulitzer Prize winners and Tony Award winners. So not too shabby, considering he had $0. But that's just the kind of guy that Jake is. He wants to make you do things for him, and everyone around him does things for him because they love him that much. He just has that kind of energy. Yes. If anyone is recognizing me, it's because I was on season 2 of The Batteries Down. I played twins. I played Brooke, kind of a princess, Jewish, jappy kind of PR girl, not at all like myself. And I also played Rachel, who was a crunchy granola lesbian type. So Jake had $0, but he decided to do split screen work, so give it to him for that. And actually, the series finale took place at my character Rachel's wedding to Molly Black, who was played by the amazing, I hate saying her name because you have to say it with an accent, but Ana Nogueira, and we got married. We like to think we were on the forefront of gay rights, so you're welcome, America. And the night that we got married, I think there's some pictures from our wedding, right there, it's fabulous, these costumes, and then there's other pictures. There was a whole video the day, so that's actually not me, that is an Asian woman who weighs 80 pounds, who was my body double the day that we shot that scene. I was not available that day because I was getting a medical procedure. If you want me to talk more about it, I can. It was on my cervix. I have a lopsided cervix. It's a long story. We'll talk about it later. And then there's another picture of me wearing the dress that the 80-pound-year-old Asian woman wore. And as you can see, it's not a great fit. So, I never had a music number in Batteries Down. Not sure why that is. I'm not a great singer, but I'm great at a patter song. Or, a thank you, Lindsay. Or a harmony. I can always do a third. But the real question is, what has changed since when the Batteries Down started in 2007 to today? Well, first it started, and Jake, as I said, was a straight man. And when the series ended, he was a living large gay man. Also, another thing that changed was a lot of haircuts. Jake went through a big hair transformation. We have the puka shell necklace hair, Jake. We have like the Justin Bieber swoop hair, Jake. We have the Danny Zuko Jake. We have, that's kind of, I mean, this is my favorite Jake. I think you should go back to this hairdo. I meant to tell you that earlier today. I love that one. And then we have the frosted tips. And then we have, that's just me. That's a selfie I took 2 days ago. It's the best picture I've ever taken, so I wanted to put that up there. There was a lot of angling. I don't usually have a skinny arm, but I nailed it. And the biggest change was Jake started the series with absolutely no crew. It was him with a clam plate and a mic pack without batteries in it. That was kind of the way we shot back in those days. And when he shot the Batteries Down reunion, he got to do it with his full crew from his first feature film, Are You Joking? Small part about the film. You can download Are You Joking on Google and iTunes and Hulu starting today and Roku, whatever that is, whoever has that. And rumor is the lead of that movie is pretty spectacular. So, but in all seriousness, I touched on it a little bit earlier, but Jake is the kind of guy that can fill a room like this tonight and get people to do all these kind of things for free because they love him and they want to be around him. And I have to say, my life honestly got infinitely better when Jake came into it. I was always somebody who wanted to be really interesting. I kind of had a very normal upbringing, and I had a normal school life, and I had normal friends, and everything was pretty normal. The biggest trouble I ever got in was the night that my mom found me cybersexing, and she wouldn't let me watch Waiting to Exhale with the family. True story. And I always wanted to be interesting and be different, so much to the point when I was in 3rd grade, I lied and told my teacher that my parents were from South America. Not true. And I went with this lie for about 6 months, and then parent-teacher conferences came. They came in, they sat down, and before she could go into, my schoolwork, she said, "So remind me, who is from Brazil and who is from Argentina?" And I was busted. But when Jake came into my life, I no longer needed to lie about being from South America. And I immediately felt more interesting, and he changed my life for the better. So I think tonight we're going to celebrate what Jake has done with the Batteries Down and all the amazing people who've written incredible songs. So without further ado, I think I'm done talking. We're going to sing some great songs for you tonight. I'm not singing any of them, but there's going to be some great songs sung. But before we get started, we want to preview a little bit of the first snippet of the Batteries Down reunion featuring brand new music by Adam Wachter. So enjoy!